I guess I could go live. This seems right. Oh, I should add tag a game. Super Mario Brothers. That. And go live. Pop the comments out so I can see everything that the chat has to say. Alright, boom, that window's taken care of. I need more screens. I need at least 20 screens. Then I'll be only moderately depressed. What's up, Nora? Nora got in first. Dominique, what's going on? I might as well call this spoiler chat. Let's talk about WandaVision. Let's talk about Coming to America. Let's talk about everything! Or not. How y'all doing? So, I think I'm going to... I was trying to get all these pieces done for like a 20 by 30 monster collage thing. What's up, Denny? And so each one of these, hey, what's up, Pitbull? Would then, and I was gonna do like 4 or 5 of these. So I think for one of them, I'm gonna try to do nothing but Mario Brothers or games with Mario in it. So that should be one whole collection. Try to put that together tonight. Nora, no spoilers. I will fight you. Tiny spoiler for WandaVision. Black Vision shows up late after the show's over. Dominique, did you watch Coming to America? I did, and I was kind of disappointed by it. Like, it was good. I didn't get sucked into like the new lead. Like his son or whatever. I didn't really buy into him that much. Wanted more so a story about Eddie Murphy than this next. And it just, I don't know. It felt kind of weak. Alright, let me print out this thing. You guys remember before, we made actions. So I'm going to see this. I'm going to push the play button. You can't see it because I'm blocking it. I'm going to push the play button and it's going to convert this graphic to a 4x6, print it out, save it, all that. Watch, I'm going to click it. All this stuff's gonna happen real quick, and then just a few minutes it's gonna print out the printer. I'll pick it up. Dominic, it was okay. Story was too rushed, not enough to buy in. Yeah, like it's like I'm okay with rushed was the best way of putting it. It didn't. You weren't invested in the characters. I wasn't invested in the female barber from Zamunda. I wasn't invested in Eddie Murphy's daughter. I wasn't invested in like anybody except Arsenio Hall. I wanted more Arsenio Hall. Look, there we go. Print it out. Dr. Mario from earlier. So we got 2. Alright, now let's do Super Mario Brothers 2. We'll position all of these later. Dominic, yeah, no good character development. There really wasn't. Like, everybody was very cliche or kind of one-dimensional. You know? And yeah, like, it was just, I don't know. I did watch it when I was really tired, and I would have been way more upset if I had paid to watch it in the theater versus getting it free on Amazon Prime. So. Alright. There we go. We got another Super Mario 2. Y'all, let me know in the chat. Let's see. Let me know what games on the NES Mario was in. Thanks. Running my action. Dominique, right? The Barbara relationship was so rushed, like they went 0 to 100. Yeah, not only did he barely know that girl, like barely knew that girl, and then they were ready to get married. I'm like, what? They also rushed the whole you getting invested in her. Like, yeah, she was this wise, awesome person. And it kind of echoed the plight that his daughter was having in terms of not being able to be an heir to the country. But it was nice to see that reiterated. But it was so rushed. It just moved so quickly, and it was like, yeah, but do I care? No, I cared more about the Queen of Zamunda, or I guess the princess, Eddie Murphy's wife. Like I wanted more. Like whenever the scenes with her were awesome. When she started like going hard, like I was like, oh man, like that. I felt like that was a character who finally got a chance to. They continued growing her from the first movie. Even like the father from Whack Donald's, he was cool. Erica, yo, spoilers. I said in the beginning, Erica, there were gonna be spoilers. I didn't mean it, but now apparently it's you're really not getting any spoilers. Coming to America is not a movie that's gonna change your life. It ain't gonna change nothing for you. Well, Renfro, what's going on, Denny? Glad you're starting to feel a little bit better playing Assassin's Creed Unity. Sweet. Erica, let me know so we can get you your Gamstonk shirt. Like, I just wanted to see. I wanted more Eddie Murphy. I wanted more Arsenio Hall. I wanted more of, and I feel horrible for not knowing her name, so I'm just gonna refer to her as Eddie Murphy's wife. Always want more Tracy Morgan. Erica, you're in. Erica's in North Carolina right now. Oh, Erica's in North Carolina right now. Ooh. Can I play? I need some appropriate music for this. Hold on. Let me play something that'll get my stream like banned. Alright, that was just for Erica. Pretty sure there's like a Chappelle version I could. Erica says, nah, you spoiled it. I hate y'all for like 1 minute. Right now, coming to America too. Here's the spoiler. It's not that good. They should have waited till America got split completely into two, and then they really could have made it Coming to America too. Are there like R. Kelly chiptune songs I can play or something? R. Kelly chiptune. I'll save that conversation. Want to talk about Lola Bunny? Dominique, we all grown. Yeah. Dominique, why are you dancing like that? I don't know, because I don't know how to dance. I'm just kidding. I'm part black. Erica, you didn't have to move like that. That's right, not wearing pants. I'll make the face for you next time. That's what it looks like. But yeah, Coming to America. I won't spoil WandaVision. How's that? I won't go into any WandaVision. Let's talk about Lola Bunny. That's my other side. Yeah, y'all don't. y'all need to know about my other side. Just got this one now. Mario. I need something. I need Nintendo games with Mario in it. Damn it. Oh, what was Oh damn! I wish I could play that Monica song. Does Monica have a chiptune? Monica, for you, I will chiptune. Nah, they don't. So here's what I think is, I'll bring up a graphic of Lola Bunny so more people will come to the stream because they're pervs. Believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I pee on you and fly away. I believe I can soar. Got it through that open door. So here's, oh dang, it's getting, it is hotter in here now, probably with the printer going. See, Danny Willett, Dr. Mario. I print out Dr. Mario. I think Mike Tyson's Punch Out actually had Mario in it. We do that one next. Dominic, you beat me to the P joke. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have a clip of that. Thanks for liking the stream, Curtis. So here's one of the many multiple. Let's talk about this. Lola Bunny, and why this whole thing was stupid. One. This isn't even the official Lola Bunny. One of the saddest things for me on this is it kind of displays just how stupid we are as people. And how easily manipulated we are. You know, this was one of those things, what's up Curtis? Where it was posted, I don't know if it was a BuzzFeed thing first or just someone on Twitter first. But it's comparing, Lola Bunny was a sexualized character, no doubt. No doubt at all. To this extent, no. But whoever put this graphic together knew that this would trigger people into like being angry and taking sides and whatnot. And people did that. People were like, no, they need to stop doing this to cartoons. Look, I grew up like this and that was fine. Not every, because we know everybody's so sensitive right now. So you put something like this out there and everybody just gets so emotional because we're all, not all, so many of us are so tired of the hypersensitivity. But at the same time, many of us are like, no, this is a good thing because we're also tired of the sexism, the racism, the transphobia, all these other things. So there's two extremes of it though. There's no meeting in the middle. So putting up a graphic like this just lights everybody up. And it's not even the true graphic. And it's also sad because this is how nostalgia can deceive you. When people saw this, they thought, oh yeah, that is what Lola Bunny looked like. And you're like, no, that's what you looked like when you were like, like that's not Lola Bunny. So they make these changes to her, and it's not accurate to put it side by side because that's not what she actually looked like. Now, it's good they're starting to make her more, you've got to put things in context. So to have Lola Bunny in the past when she was, I'm gonna stop playing that because it's just making me want to fly away. Lola Bunny in Space Jam has some very positive traits in terms of, you know, she does have basketball skills and all that kinds of stuff. But she is definitely a sexualized character. The entrance, Miranda, she's just Babs grown up, right? Exactly, Miranda. No. But yeah, and in the context of Space Jam, when she enters the crowd, every scene where she enters in, all the men go crazy for her. They even give her like the sexy silhouette and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, I love Lola Bunny. But for children, that's like, okay, if I'm a girl, I'm perceiving this as my strength and value as a girl, my place, because there's no other female characters to balance that out, to balance out the view. You can do the same thing to the male characters in that movie, but you have so many different male characters that you have different viewpoints, or you have like these additional icons to look to. Space Jam, Lola's the only, and it is a movie geared at children. Yes, there's a part for adults, but it's definitely geared to kids as well. It's something where it's made to bridge the gap, so like your parents can take you to see it, and then you'll buy them all the toys and the merch and what. That's the context of old Lola Bunny. They did make her a strong character, but she was definitely a very heavy sexualized character. And again, the times were different then, so it wasn't as big a deal. We've moved forward, and now we can look back and say, hey, how can we change this character? It's not that it's evil to sexualize a character or bad to sexualize a character. That's not at all. But when you're sexualizing a character and you know that you are making it with intention of having children look at this character, buy into this character, then it's a story. So now let's bring up the actual what Lola Bunny really did look like back then. Not just like the fan art version of it. And I want something accurate. I don't want to just like show like an image of her being sultry. She wasn't sultry. Okay, so here's what Lola Bunny actually looked like that back then. And it's a cute design, and I'm not gonna be like overly critical of the midriff showing, although that is like a sexualization of her. But it's not like, well, parents, have some conversations with your kids. But still, in the context of there's no other female icons other than Granny. Granny's in there actually, so I gotta take that back. Is Tweety Bird a girl or a guy? I don't know. But what they've done now is, they've updated her, they've made her modern, and they've made it to where her body and where her sexual identity is not a key component of her character, or as vital to her character. And I think that's fine. People who still want the sexualized version, they can still get it. They can still make it. They can still find it. It's different when artists and consumers are making variations of a mainstream consumer product. There's a different level of responsibility and weight at that point. If I'm somebody that's putting a multi-million-dollar product out in terms of advertising and marketing and getting it out to everybody, and I'm portraying the idea of a sexualized female character to little girls, that's a much different moral responsibility than an artist making a not safe for work adult version of the character for you to find on their Deviant page or Twitter. That's extreme. That's very different. Curtis says, I was 12 when the first Space Jam came out. I never ever really looked at Lola Bunny in that way because it was a cartoon. Dominic says, I think Tweety is a boy. First, I think Tweety Bird was a male bird. Yeah, I was just asking. I don't know. I'll take that as confirmation. To officially pros. Yeah, but again, so we can't look at. I appreciate Curtis's story there. This is the other problem. I'm going to segue into is anecdotal stories. So Curtis says, I never looked at Lola Bunny in that way because it was a cartoon, and that's cool. Like, there's one story of it not being sexualized. But the majority, if many people did not look at Lola Bunny without thinking something sexual. Even within the context of the movie itself, the whole build up. Well, no, when Lola first enters, the first time Lola enters the scene, all the guys go crazy, like wow, wooga wooga, like the old school stuff. when she enters the scene again later on into the actual stadium, the whole crowd goes crazy, and they present you with the sultry silhouette of Lola Bunny, and it's like, oh yeah, she's so and so. Like they talk about her differently. And then at the very end, the culmination of it all ends with Bugs and her kissing and her being excited by that. So this was like she was presented as a sexual object. You know, she had other traits, but they weren't built up nowhere near as much as that. Again, this isn't the end of the world. This is just like saying, okay, how do we look at things that we've done and that we're doing, and how do we improve or make them better? Do we want to be better with the things that we're doing? So I'm not saying, oh my God, that was like the devil's hand in Space Jam back in the day. It's like, no, that's just how it was. And now we have the hindsight's 50-50 or 20-20, 100-100. I don't know. It's something. And now you can look back and like, okay, how can we be more responsible going forward? What's up, Ellen? How you doing? So now we can look back and see all the shortcomings of this character in the past. Say, how do we do this going forward? How do we make her something where the people that this is being marketed towards can get something that's more of a positive out of it? How can we not fall into the stereotypes and the tropes of the past that belittle the qualities of a female character? Because this is what these young girls are looking at. Miranda, we grew up with Jessica Rabbit. Lola was a baller, right? She was also presented as an athlete. Maybe I should watch the movie. We did grow up with Jessica Rabbit, but Who Framed Roger Rabbit was presented as a much more adult movie. You know? We didn't get like toys and licensing and Happy Meals Who Framed Roger Rabbit to the same extent that we did Space Jam. And yeah, and Jessica Rabbit was presented, yeah, like it was definitely an adult movie. Remember, like playing patty cake, and it was cool because it was stuff for kids and adults at the same time. But Space Jam was forced down, like its intention was, hey, we're gonna have kids watching this, right? And again, so like the scenes, actually I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. We can watch it. Hopefully, I won't get flagged. And again, I'm not saying that it's the end of the world and all the people who like I love Lola Bunny. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying now we have the opportunity to do things differently. So let's do that, to do things better. And Lola Bunny did have skills in the movie. She was freaking awesome. But there are things within it where you're like, we'll watch it. Erica says, I disagree. I think Lola was, and is still iconic to me, showed that having beauty didn't mean you didn't have skills or that you could pull your own weight. I don't think she was hypersexualized either. She had a crop top and shorts. What's up, Seven? How you doing? Ran a great presentation for forward movement, though. And yeah, and I think this is the reason why I'm presenting the original Lola Bunny with the hypersexualized version is I think this image here, the hypersexualized version, that wasn't the official version, accompanied by the updates, that's what's triggering people. That's when people get like, oh my God, I'm on this side or that side. When you present it as these two, like this, you actually start having a conversation on the evolution of the design. It's not as controversial at that point. And that's what people know. People know that this isn't as controversial. This won't get us upset. This won't get clicks. This won't get views. This is a calm conversation where we can actually talk about us becoming better people, about us being responsible, about us enjoying nostalgia. This, when it's framed like this, people get triggered. And then all of a sudden, rationale goes out the board. And it's all a twisting of reality that a lot of us fell for, you know? Let's see. Let's watch the freaking thing. Okay, this first appearance of Lola Bunny, right? Notice how the music changes.
I'd like to try out for the team.
Hey,
Hi, my name is Lola Bunny.
Lola.
Yes?
Hello. My name is Bugs. You want to play a little one-on-one, doll?
Doll
Uh-huh.
on the court.
Bugs. Sure. Ooh, heat hot.
So she's presented as having strength, but she's also presented as a sexual entity at the same time. Again, this is something that's heavily intended for kids. And I'm not saying it's bad and it's horrible. And I think that a lot of kids, especially us growing up during that time, especially those of us who are fortunate to have like our parents involved in our lives and other kind of, I want to say like responsible figures, were able to explain things so we can kind of see the hilarity. We can understand the comedy in it. We can understand, okay, what's the difference between her actually being empowered and her just being like empowered by her sexuality. But this is how they first introduce her. Ellen says, Lola has a uniform and Bugs is bare ass naked. That's true. Like, look at that right there. Bugs right here is saying, hey, I want to take it in the butt from you, Lola. That's what that. No, I'm kidding. That's not what. That's why Warner Brothers will never.
Sure. Ooh, heat hot.
I'm probably gonna get flagged for this, so I'm gonna skip around some. So she ends up being awesome in basketball, and I think that's like that's one of the really redeeming qualities about Lola Bunny, and I think that was one of the positive things with it. That's why I think this isn't that big a deal. But again, when you have this conversation with these two images in mind first, not looking at the video, it's a very different conversation from talking about this with these two. Completely changes the conversation. Let's see. Ellen says Bugs were running around with no clothes on, but they had to cover up those bunny titties. Well, because it would have been pedophilia, because Lola's like 12 here. No, I don't even know how old Lola is. Erica says, I disagree with you. In that scene, for example, there's the saxophone and Bugs is the only one with that face. It's to show that she's Bugs' love interest. Let's see. There you go. And she dunks and she's awesome. See, and Michael says, yep, you got skills. And look, again, she is Bugs' love interest, but she goes back. I'm now pulling back up my shoulder. I'm not showing that sexy shoulder. And now here's every guy in the scene watching Lola as she walks out. So Bugs is the love interest, but every guy is fawning over Lola. And now here, we'll go to the scene when she first shows up. Here's Lola first showing up to the arena. The crowd is literally hooting and whistling as she does a silhouette entrance in. Again, I don't think it's bad to have Lola have any kind of like to have sexual characteristics. I think it's just that you have the opportunity. I think it's a little irresponsible, but again, you can choose to be irresponsible when you're pushing it towards kids. And also, I think it would be different if there were other female characters to balance it out. Like if you had another female character that wasn't, when you only have one character, you're saying this is the one to base it off of. For it's like having one black character in a movie. All of a sudden, that one black character has to carry the weight for all black people. And again, it's not like, hey, this is ending the world.
She was wide open.
Oh my god, did you see that? Daffy just came all over Lola Bunny. Look at this. Here oh my god, did you see it? In a kid's movie. Oh my god, Daffy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's just Daffy's spit. Don't freak out. Come on, let's not be that stupid. Um, Miranda says she knows she's the shit and is inflamed by being called doll. Or Bugs with his little puffed up chest is quickly ignored. He is very quickly ignored, but then she still like tantalizes him. And again, I think it's okay. But I'm saying here's what, if we're gonna analyze things, that we actually we need to analyze it within the context of everything that was going on. And I think Lola was a strong character. And so but when you present it as this, we get our nostalgia fogs up. We're like, oh yeah. Some of us get triggered because we're like, oh my God, she was so over sexualized. And then some of us go like, I'm so glad that she's changed because she was this horrible thing before. It's like, well, she wasn't that bad. I'm trying to show the gray of this scenario, I guess is what I'm getting at. I'm trying to show the gray. Dominique, I misremembered all the guys reacting, but why the sexy saxophone music? I could have kept that part. It makes women look like they have to be sexy in her skills to hoop. Dominique, man, you gross. Ellen says, I think you nailed it, Ryan. The only girl it was clear she was there is eye candy. And it's like, you can look for the old concept art, and they went through different versions of this. Like, they went through versions where Lola was more of like a tomboy, then they went for like the sexier version. You can actually see the progression of it. And if you look at like current Looney Tunes and like the new design for Space Jam, it's showing that there's a continual design progression. And that, if anything, it should show us that, hey, we always need to continue to improve and change and not get stuck in the past. We look to the past and we look to history so we don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Miranda, agree with you a ton. A lot of girls are put into a position to be that girl. I can't speak to black characters, but 100% agree with your analysis. Excuse my shock that this is being discussed on your forum. First time watching, you love it. Oh, thank you, Miranda. And no, it's okay to be shocked. Like, I want your opposing views. You know, that's the whole point, is for us to be able to talk about this. Like Erica and I go back and she's disagreeing with me left and right. That's okay. You know, we can disagree on things. The more important thing, that at least from my viewpoint, is that we're learning from each other. You know, I'm glad that women are in the chat right now to discuss this, because they can give a much different viewpoint than I can. You know, there are insights that y'all can provide on this that obviously I can't see, and I want to hear that and try to learn from that. Erica says, I mean, maybe she was the one that wanted the music entrance and being extra. I think people are making too big of a deal. Same thing with current teen shows at time. Miranda, it's all Tom's fault, probably is. So here's like, you know, she's supposed to be like the awesome, really good one on the team, other than Michael. And again, look at that. She does like the Liu Kang thing. Look at that. Let's replay it. Here's Lola. She gets called doll and dunks. She's throwing it down. And again, they make Lola empowered, and they say that just because you're sexual, you can still have power in your identity. But again, that's kind of a big concept for a kid to absorb. But then, right after that, oh damn, I wish we could play the song right now. I hit him high, hit him high, hit him high, and you hit him low, let him low, hit him low. That song used to be fire. And I know like they like trounce her at one point. See Newman, they're in the locker room. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they saw Michael Jordan's wiener or what there. That's Deltoids. What's that about? Oh my God, he's got a gun! Look, there was going to be a shooting in this movie. I don't know how they avoided it, but they did. Here we go. So, he's about to get destroyed. He gets saved by Bugs. But, more importantly, did you see the butt jiggle? Look at that butt jiggle. That's a good butt jiggle. So she's sexualized, and I I don't recall any of the other characters kind of needing saving from physicality in this. And it does build up like the love interest storyline. Yeah, but this doesn't play out in any other instance. Again, if there were other situations, if there were other female characters to balance out, it wouldn't be as bad. But this is like the only example you have. So imagine you have a 6 or 7 year old daughter watching this movie, and it's not like, oh my God, you're going to be a horrible person now because you watch Space Jam. But there's a party that goes like, man, I wish that if I was a dad and I had a daughter, I would definitely talk up the positive parts of Lola, like about like how she was an individual and how she could do sports too. It's not because she's a girl, she doesn't mean that she can't do it. I would be playing that up. I wouldn't be talking about how I'm sure the way Lola showed up for that entrance and danced in the shadows, that was pretty good. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm glad I'm not a dad. That'd be horrible. Dominique, the line he says when he gets up after crushing bugs always makes me laugh. Erica, I guess I'm just going to have to be the odd one here. To be honest, I'm glad there was a fan art. I'd be a tad annoyed if that was the official redrawing, to be honest. You're not the odd one out, Erica. Like there's people with different opinions on this, and that's fine. I'm not saying, again, I don't think that the Lola redesign is bad. It's good, I think. From a designer standpoint, there's some things where I'm kind of like, but from like a standpoint of like, okay, is this something for kids? I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely a better thing for kids. Hopefully, at the end of the day, it really is more what they do with her in the story. It'll be more telling. But in terms of, I want to say, reacting to people's reaction to this is probably what I have more of a problem with versus the reality of it. If, again, and I'm reiterating for the people that weren't here earlier, if it were these two things was the initial conversation, the conversation would not be as heated. If they said this is the Space Jam redesign, it wouldn't have been as heated. And again, it's not saying that we can't have this. What people were upset about was that people thought that this is what a major company had introduced in a movie for children back in the day. And so the people who are tired of the overly political correctness jumped automatically to a side of, oh my God, we're ruining everything in society now because we're so overly sensitive to things. Regardless of what they actually thought of the comparison, just because it's been shoved down everybody's throat because we're in such a hypersensitive time. And I would venture to think that most people would agree that, yes, I would like a less sexualized character for a children's cartoon movie. But that wasn't the conversation. It was more just like a reaction to a repeal of, not rights, but of what we're allowed to say and do. Instead of us actually recognizing, hey, humanity is evolving. We're trying to go forward and do things better than we did before. We're not saying you can't have this anymore. This was fan art, and you can still go fap to it. You can still go to Deviant, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, and find this. But the actual imagery that's being perpetuated to children is the one on the right, and this is the actual one that happened in the past as the left. And let's see, I'm sorry, I'm behind on. And again, I'm glad that you're presenting a different viewpoint, because one, I don't have that viewpoint. I'm a dude. I have a lot of friends that are women of all different kinds, but I'm still not woman, so I can't fully understand. And so it's good to hear people. It's good to hear from women that thought that, oh, she was a great character, and then from women like, no, she's a horrible character. Then we can actually figure out where's the gray, where's the middle in all this. Anthony, when female streamers be posting up the images they do to get people to come to their streams, I see no issue with Laura in the past and them downgrading her. Again, that's a little bit different though. You know, this female, I guess it's different. This is from Anthony. If it's a female streamer that was doing content predominantly towards children, let's say female girls, let's say if you're a Minecraft streamer or you're doing toys and you're marketing to 6 or 10-year-old girls and you're only issuing certain values and it's easy for you to get access to those kids, then yeah, I think that would fall under some more scrutiny. But again, so Anthony, I think I agree with you though in terms of I don't think this image has as much downgrading as this image. But again, it's apples to oranges because this isn't the official image. This wasn't the image that was pushed to children. This was an artist's interpretation. This image and storyline has its problems, but not to the extent that people are making it out to be because they think that image is actually this one. Like, we can definitely grow and make this a better character for children. You know, I think we can all agree on that. But I think the downgrading is excessive because we're comparing this when we should be comparing this. Dominique says, you aren't the odd out. We're just discussing. No right or wrong. Miranda says, she'll be an awesome dad one day. Oh, thank you, Miranda. I might have to pay back child support. Really amazing. You're an advocate for kids, what they're viewing, seeing. Thank you. No, I appreciate it, Miranda. Like, I mean, despite what oh God, thanks for the sex rye. Despite GAM kind of historically not being for kids, you know, one of the reasons that we started getting rid of kids from GAM was because I felt like we had a responsibility at that point. We were such an adult-centric event that yes, we could say that, hey, it's up to the parents to decide whether or not they're going to bring their kids. But it's up to us to decide whether or not we want to leave that opportunity open. You know, there was a lot of adult stuff happening at GAM. A lot of our customers, you guys are adults and don't want to be around kids, but also you don't want to be necessarily swearing the same around kids. You don't want to be picking up guys or girls or whatever around kids. You don't want to be like grind dancing on somebody in front of a bunch of kids because you don't want to, not just because you'd be embarrassed, but also you don't want to send that message necessarily to a kid. Excuse me, sorry, dressed up as Toad right next to you. So, and I've been in scenarios where I've been given the luxury to teach and work with kids, and there is a responsibility that you carry. They look up to you. They emulate you. They learn from you. And so when you're doing something that's marketed towards kids, I at least feel, maybe I'm wrong, people disagree with me, I feel like you carry a moral responsibility at that point to be a better version of yourself. You don't have to, but I feel like that's the responsibility. You decide whether or not you're going to carry it. Hopefully you do. Dominique says, my perspective just comes from a different place. Dominique, you don't really know him. Give him time. Dominique talking shit. Erica, I'm not mad at all, by the way. Just kind of confused of all the backlash. But that becomes a whole different and deeper conversation about women, female portrayed as a whole. It is. It is a deeper conversation. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's good to have these kind of talks. Again, so here's where it gets even deeper and more complicated. So we're at a time in our, I guess, in civilization where we're becoming very empowering towards women's sexual identities, to sex workers and things of that nature. So on one hand, you could say that Lola's sexual characteristics and her being a powerful athlete, kind of like on her own, empowers the ability for her to command, control her sexual identity. Forgive me if I'm using the wrong word. I've had something to drink. So I mean, there's that argument is there, but again, for me, and someone wants to convince me otherwise, please do. I feel that her being the only example, and especially for that big of a conversation to be pushed on a child, it isn't the right time and place, and I don't think it's a conversation or an idea that can be communicated effectively within the span a 90-minute movie where this is like a side role where there's maybe at best, like let's look at the YouTube video again. How many minutes are dedicated to Lola? 5 minutes and 7 seconds of scenes with Lola, according to this video. I don't know if it's accurate or not. We were just complaining earlier, Coming to America is like almost 2 hours, and there wasn't enough character development for the main characters in that movie. So again, it's just like, this isn't to say these are the ultimate rights and wrongs in the universe, but how can we take from this and do things better? How can we act more responsibly? How can we have more honest conversations? Because I think when you have the honest conversation of what this is really about, and it's not about these two, it's about these two, and you start looking at the previous movie, then you can start saying, okay, well, here are the things about her character that may not have been the best for the audience that it was intended for. How do we do this better? Are there tropes that were in the past that really were to the detriment of the development of kids at the time? Or are these things going to make every kid horrible? No, of course not. But are there better examples that we can set forth while still staying true to the character and accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish? And if the answer is yes, then awesome. Why the hell not? You can have this character redesign. And guess what? It's still a free country. You can still make this other version. You still have the old version of her. You can still find this. You can still make this. There's no law saying that you can't. Sell it. But again, now getting this adult image of her is something that is not being perpetuated and marketed to children. It's something that I know the kids are on the internet at a very young age. Hopefully parents are exhibiting some level of responsibility in terms of what their kids are looking at, being aware of what they're looking at. But it becomes something that's more of a family issue at that point, instead of an issue of, is a big corporate company responsible for perpetuating? Is the machine responsible at this point versus mom and dad responsible? Erica says, I'm going to read both Erica's comments to keep it in context. She says, I'm not mad at all, by the way. This is the part I'm repeating. I'm just kind of confused of all the backlash, but then that becomes a whole different and deeper conversation about women, female character portrayed as a whole. Like, a lot of girls love Lola, and some probably viewed her as a role model back then, but now it's an issue. I don't know, it feels very cancel culture to me. No, there is a little bit of cancel culture to it. You're right, Erica. But again, it's manipulated cancel culture. As in, we the people were manipulated into becoming cancel culture regarding this subject. Because right now we're so hypersensitive to these things, and cancel culture is very prominent, that we're all like, oh my god, this is wrong, how could they do this, da 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 da, and then it's like, bruh, that's not what's happening. But now our brains are already kind of locked into thinking what we want to think instead of being open to actually analyze the subject at hand. Right, Goofy Movie is better than Space Jam. I mean, I can kind of, I don't know. It could be. I mean, that music scene. Okay, never mind. Space Jam is better. No, Goofy Movie is better and has an awesome dance sequence. Overall, the soundtrack for Space Jam is better because you got Monica. Anthony, yeah, but Twitch was platform for gamers, and now it's changed, and look what it changed to. So but again, Twitch has a lot of adult gamers on there, so the demographics are different. So in my opinion, I think nobody can really say Lola was bad back in the day. I don't think she was. Again, we're not saying she was bad, but we're examining traits and characteristics of her that may not have been the best. It's like, how can you improve? Not saying that she was bad. And when you look at it like this, let me move to the side. Really, the only change they made was they got rid of her midriff. She still has hips and everything. They gave her the kind of basketball uniform that is current to today. LeBron wears the arm thing. It's not that big of a jump. But when you say this is what they changed her from, now we're all triggered. We're thinking, oh my God, why are they doing this to her? They changed this, and this. But yeah, there were parts of her, and that's why we're watching earlier parts of the video. There were parts of her that if we want to say that we want to be the kind of society that is going to take responsibility for how we are, not just for how we're raising children, but also in terms of what, I guess there is now a thing, or maybe there has been a thing, like what does moral capitalism look like? You know, and there are things in place, not so much with Twitch, but like with cartoons in general. The commercials that are playing during cartoons, there are only certain kind of commercials that can be played, regulated. You can't have like liquor commercials and cigarette commercials on for Saturday morning cartoons back in the day. And there was a time like Camel, when they came out with the Camel mascot, Joe Camel, that was engineered to appeal to children. And actually, I was presented with that client years ago. I was going to take an ad agency job. I was offered the position. I was going to move to Hilton Head, and my primary client would have been Camel. I turned it down because I would not be responsible for something like I couldn't. It didn't sit well with me to be creating digital content and strategies engineered towards that. So I think it's very different, movie versus Twitch. And you see, like Twitch and YouTube are all striving to figure out how do we regulate this? How do we do this safely? How do we keep people's freedoms, but also make sure that people can't abuse the fact that they have freedoms? So there's a gray area that we got to figure out. I'm gonna read the rest of Anthony's comments. But I didn't grow up and be like, okay, Lola is hot. I definitely thought Lola was hot. But again, both you and I have different anecdotal stories. We have to look at the whole. What did the majority of people think? And what was the intent? And obviously the intent was to appeal to us thinking that Lola is hot. Whether or not we thought that is different from the intent. We didn't know she looked hot until they fucked her up. Just saying. They made her look old. You thought Lola looked old back then? Are you crazy? Just like they messed up Sonic. Leave it up to new gen. Sonic would have never been fixed. Yeah, Sonic looked like trash. But no, Lola was definitely engineered to look hot. Let me see if I can find some of the concept art. So here's now let's finish looking at some of the Space Jam clips, and then we'll bring up the concept art. There we go. We get the kiss. And again, you may have missed earlier, but every scene with Lola either had all the guys staring at her ass while she walks out. There's Bugs' reaction to Lola. There's everybody looking. Look, they even added extra butt curve line in here. Let's see. Here's her showing up. Here's Lola showing up again. A scintillating and the heartthrob, while everybody, they literally have a dog howling. You were definitely supposed to think that Lola is hot. I don't, that part you can't really argue. And oh my God, is this bird in blackface? I'm pretty sure this bird's in blackface. Can we zoom in on this blackface bird? Oh my God. Look at that. I'm just kidding. It's not blackface. Come on. Bill Murray's awesome. See.
We don't want to go back tomorrow. Enough.
Put it in my bag.
The ending scene with Lola. Gets the kiss from Bugs.
You know I will. Come here.
Saxophone music again. And again, I don't want to be overly sensitive to it either. As a kid, I loved it, you know. But again, when we put it in the context of can we do better, what things can we improve upon, and we should take that opportunity to do so. Dominique, I think you're reading more into it. There isn't any cancel thing happening. They just give her a full shirt. The rest has been people's opinions. We'll even have the full story, like the real images of what she looks like. Yeah, it's. They didn't want to cancel Lola, but the momentum and the type of reaction was a very cancel culture like reaction. Eric says again, I disagree. I think people speaking against Lola's old version are reading into it too much, taking that to heart. See, but they're not looking at the old version, Erica. They're responding to what they think is the old version, and it's not. You know, since the real versions came out, the reactions to it are much lower. It's not the same numbers. Erica's saying it most definitely cancel culture-ish. You're not acting that way, but a lot of people are against it. But then again, it becomes a deeper subject. Miranda, how can we do this better? How can we have more conversation? Doing it. Aww. Miranda, you're so much better than Dominique. Dominique, but what version are they comparing it to? The wrong one or the right one? Eric says, the one I've mostly seen is from the post comparison with the fan art. Yeah, so they're comparing it to, again, even you're saying that they're looking at the wrong one. Dominique, I guess I just can't give any weight to an argument not based on real info. And I think that's very valid. So I just don't even take stock in an argument not based on real stuff. Yeah, it's hard to have the conversation, the argument. We're not dealing with the real thing. It's like when two people are disagreeing on how to get to the Winn-Dixie down the street, and really it's a Publix down the street. It's like, yeah, well, I guess we're both wrong because we're not even talking about the right damn store. Let's see. Erica says, but even without the comparison, there are still people talking negatively about the old Lola. Yeah, but even though they're talking negatively about the old Lola, but this is the nostalgic version that's in their head. Like, even when we were watching the video today, a lot of people who've seen Space Jam are thinking like, oh, I didn't remember it like that. I remembered it differently. So your head is, that's why even like, we're not the most accurate people in the world. And sometimes, and I'm very guilty of it, I don't remember things exactly the way they happen. I need to look back and see it so I can actually understand. Trying to find the old Lola concept art. Anthony says, but the only reason she became sexual was only in year 2021 when this image was posted. Yeah, and so you're absolutely right, Anthony. It only became sexual in 2021, and it's not the actual image. It was the fan art. So it's like the conversation, back to what Dominique and Erica are saying, we're not dealing with the right information when we talk about this, because this isn't where the actual conversation is. We all think this is where the conversation is, but it's not. If this would have been the actual Lola back then, I don't think the movie studios would have released it like that. I think there would have been a major uproar back then about it. Trying to find some of this Lola Bunny stuff for you. And again, what is even more telling is that Lola has already gone through a redesign, and it's been that way for a few years. But you know why we don't talk about it? Because we ain't watching it. Because only kids are watching it. Or predominantly kids are watching it. There are a few adults watching it too. Here's what Lola Bunny looks like currently. That's Lola Bunny. This is 2019. Where's everybody upset about this? They weren't there. This is technically the current version of Little Bunny until Space Jam comes out. It's been like that for at least 2 years. No internet outrage on it, like at least on the scale that's going on right now. Erica says, "Gonna finish I Am Legend." Oh, I Am Legend! Hell yeah! Have you seen I Am Legend before, Erica? If you're still here, everybody in chat, give the ending to I Am Legend out just to ruin it for Erica. I'm kidding. Don't do that, please. Anthony says, "No, I'm saying new Lola looks old." Okay, gotcha. Maybe a little bit. I think she definitely looks older. But again, it's also promo art. You know, so we'll see what she looks like when she's animated. But yeah, they did subtle things like, you know, removing like the eyeshadow. Like that was a big thing. Again, her pose and everything else is much more like just girl playing basketball rather than like a model trying to play basketball. Anthony says, "Yeah, but we all know that now as we are older. As a kid, when I watched, and just like kids now would have no clue. We got kids watching SpongeBob. We know that's for adults. Come on, that's true too. SpongeBob has a lot of like hidden adult stuff in it. But I remember being a kid and thinking Lola was hot. And again, you look at what is in the actual video footage, and obviously it cannot be argued. That part can't be argued that Lola was intended to be a sexual object. It can be argued whether she was only to be a sexual object. That part you can completely argue. And I think there are plenty of cases where you can point towards Lola being a strong character. But when you see her as a silhouette, you see people hooting and hollering, whistling at her. She's presented as scintillating, the heartthrob. They put extra animation and detail on her ass when she's walking away. That's a sexual object. But again, will it make a generation of horrible people? Probably not. And like you said, we watched it as we were kids. But also, we have to keep everything in context. When we were kids, how connected were we to the internet? Like, how much was technology our, I want to say, our babysitters versus people? There is a difference there. And I say that because I don't think we have great power now, but we don't have the wisdom and what to do with that power. Some people know what to. Some people are wise enough to know how to handle it. A lot of them aren't, and I do not have a lot of faith in the ability of most of us being able to wield that power with wisdom and being able to let technology autopilot the rearing of children. So that's why I think it's good to say how, if we're creating content that's for kids, how do we make sure that, how do we create that content responsibly? Philip says silhouette challenge. Oh man, somebody remix that silhouette to the silhouette challenge. That shit was funny. Phil, love you, man. Miss you. Philip challenge in that entrance tells the whole story. Jose says Lola was nothing compared to what was on TV back then. Remember Hello Nurse, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy on Batwoman? Very true. I would say that Catwoman and Poison Ivy, Batman was more of an adult cartoon, though. I do remember Hello Nurse. I don't know if it's still in Animaniacs today. But again, saying that Lola was nothing bad compared that was back on TV back then, that's a fair statement. Doesn't mean that we don't do anything about it today. You know, like if my dad was racist or saying racist stuff back in '85 and he was still saying that racist stuff today, I'd be like, Dad, can't say that shit anymore. You know better. You know, it may not have been as racist as something a Nazi would say, but I would still say, Dad, you got to step up your game. This isn't the world. You know, so I don't think we can make a. I think we can say yes. It wasn't again, and I agree with you. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but also we can improve. We can be better. That's the point. And also, kind of what Dominique and Eric were saying earlier, once you're dealing with the actual facts, then we can have a real conversation and say, okay, it wasn't as bad as we thought, or as it was being presented, as we were being manipulated into thinking that it was. Um, but also, okay, now that we know it wasn't as bad as we thought, what do we do to make it better? Is it okay what they did? I think so. It's not the Anthony says, how much adult humor is put in all these movies we watch that are meant for kids? Like, once we became adults, is what we knew Scooby Doo and Shaggy was smoking. That's some truth right there. But again, you have to look at when we look at stuff like that, we look at the context of the times that we were in back then, and how much have we grown, and where are we now? So, do we continue to make the same decisions that we made 20, 30, 40 years ago? I know even in my personal life, I don't do the same things as 2020 Ryan as I would as 1985 Ryan. In many subjects, not in everything. Obviously, there's some core values that still permeate the same. But yeah, I think if they made Scooby Doo today, which maybe they do, I'm sure they have different versions of it. Yeah, we all know that Shaggy is like a stoner. They probably put on Adult Swim though, if they had like to the same degree playing up like the weed angle, like late night cartoons, something like. Do they even have Saturday morning cartoons anymore? I don't even know. I would assume that's something that's gone with like internet TV. But again, when we say that there's adult humor, even like the Disney stuff, there's like hidden adult jokes in it. But is it something that only the adults get? Is it something that's what's marketed to kids versus what's marketed to? Well, did children understand the subtleties of Lola Bunny's character arc in the 5 minutes of time that she had throughout the entire movie, and what the possible 6 to 7 lines of dialogue that she had? Probably not. But did they digest the imagery of her? Without a doubt, that's what images do. Dominic, also I think it's important to put in perspective our growing up versus now. It's very different with the internet, of course, and there needs to be parent supervision, but that's another discussion. No, I agree, Dominic. It definitely needs to be kept in context. That's why these conversations are so complicated. Like, it's not a black and white scenario. Like, people have been bringing up good points on both sides. And so somehow you need to interweave these conversations till we figure out, okay, we talk things out and we learned this, we saw this perspective, this, and this. All right, now what's realistic in terms of us going forward? What's realistic in terms of what we can take away from this? You know, instead of just walking away like, I still think this, and I still think that, and we're just gonna stay on these sides. Like, that accomplishes nothing. You need to figure out where can we meet and go. Dominic says, I hate that Lola. They made her a mess. Dominic's referring to the new cartoon. Dominic, she is like crazy in that one too. Denny says, yeah, people need to watch the new Looney Tunes on HBO Max. It's really good. See, even that changes it. So there are so many little intricacies. Like, there's a huge difference between a cartoon that's available on cable, especially back. Imagine, okay, there's a difference back then on a cartoon that's available on cable TV versus a movie that you have to pay to go see. The completely different regulation. One is like the different levels of accessibility, like access to something, not accessibility in terms of, you know, abilities and disabilities. And now, today, is even more significantly different because okay, here's like the stuff that's free to watch on TV. Okay, here's free stuff on technically just by getting you need the internet to get this, and this is available on YouTube. If you want HBO Max, then you have to opt in and pay for this. So then you need a credit card or some other form of digital payment. Do this, and here's the stuff that your parents should be involved in terms of controlling it. There's all these different things to keep in mind with these conversations. Because if something is easier to access, then there's an even bigger responsibility in what you put out. If you're putting out content that has several walls or barriers to get to it, and then people have control over whether or not they want to consume the content, then you gain more freedom and liberty to do what you want at that point because you're not forcing it at somebody or creating it more available. That's probably a better way of putting it. Which, by the way, I love HBO Max now, but only because it's free on AT&T. Actually, do I even watch HBO Max that much? I feel like I only watch it for like a few things. I don't know. Denny says, watch Omega Man. It's the original version, which I Am Legend is based off. It's a great science fiction movie. I watched Omega Man, Denny. Well, I didn't really like it. I'm sure it was good at the time. Like I put in it was okay. I think I'd rather watch this other Twilight Zone things. I remember getting interested in when I heard about I Am Legend. I went back to watch Omega Man. I do wish that I Am Legend took more of Omega Man's plot. And I wish both of them had Mega Man in it. Jose says, Dominique, I agree they butchered her personality in that show, but I have to admit her insanity was a true foil to Bugs. I thought her moments were funny. In my head, she was a completely different character. Yeah, and I would think, and y'all jump in, because I don't actually watch the new Looney Tunes show. I would think that Lola, Bunny, and Looney Tunes is probably not the only female character. So again, if that's true, and I'm just guessing, if that's true, if Lola is not the only female character in Looney Tunes, she can then be that foil. She could be kind of insane or whatever to Bugs because she isn't the only character representing what a female kid could be. Children. She's the only character, and she's like the crazy girl. She's somewhat of it. I don't know. I don't watch it, so I really should shut the fuck up. Random, we've all been raised on innuendo. Yeah, like I love innuendo. I remember the first time I saw a naked woman, I think was Goldfinger at my friend Billy's house, and they had like the movie up, and I was like, "What is this?" Oh, that's not innuendo. That's flat out boobs. Loved it. But again, my parents were involved in that. Like I remember them taking me to Network Video, talk to me about sex, and I got this video cassette tape of like, here's where babies come from. It's like two people love each other. It's like two cats purring in a bed, and blah blah blah. Like they talk to me about this kind of stuff. Is the point? Philip says she was also badass that dominated the court. She can do both. I remember getting hyped when she got the ball or flexed the hand wraps. So whatever. And that's where I think that's why this conversation I think isn't one-sided, because there were positive things to Lola Bunny back then. Like she wasn't just a sexual object. But she wasn't just a great athlete. Like she did have multiple aspects to her, but again, only so much can be conveyed to get the marketing towards kids. I used to get hyped to see Lola Bunny too. But yeah, both existed. Both aspects of her existed. So it's kind of disgenuine to say she was only this and only that. But what we can all, I think we can agree on, is that both of these aspects were presented, pushed on kids. And do we want to approve of that continuing? Or how can we make this better? How can we retain some of the elements that we liked about this character as if we had any kind of power to decide. And how do we make it better for the intended audience? Not just in terms of satisfaction and enjoyment, but if we're going to allow ourselves to be part of this capitalistic society and to be participants in consumerism, how do we do so with responsibility and not just as mindless zombies? I think that's kind of where we are. How do we exhibit? How do we push forth accountability and exhibit our own moral responsibilities and decisions? And how do we not overreact to shit? Which I think we're doing a great job in the chat right now. So thank you guys for participating the way that you are. I think this is being very constructive. People presenting their opinions and ideas. You're listening to each other. I think that's what ultimately needs to happen. So you're freaking awesome. Anthony says, yeah, we grew up differently, which is why we got parents upset about this. But let their kids watch Deadpool. So in the long run, for me, it doesn't really matter. See, that's okay. Another great point. So we have things like Deadpool now, which it's rated R, so your kids aren't supposed to see it. Did parents still take their kids to see it? Yeah, I think even when I saw Deadpool, there were some kids in there. But the point is, there's at least some kind of bar stating, okay, if you're gonna have these kind of things in a commercial product that's pushed out in there, this cannot. We're gonna agree as people, as a civilization, as a society, that this, and this cannot be readily available to children. Don't say children. That's like a word that probably shouldn't. Now, if a parent wants to leapfrog over this, that's fine. But we need to have this level set so so other people won't take advantage of the situation. So we won't have cigarette companies create cartoon characters smoking so they can just sell more product, because kids are very malleable. So it's like, yeah, if your parents want to jump over that hurdle, then yeah, that's cool, go for it. Then the responsibility of the parent. These are the rules that we're agreeing on, because we know some of y'all are shady as fuck, will do anything to make a buck. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching I Spit on Your Grave when I was a kid, and I was like traumatized for like a few weeks. Like I wouldn't take a shower without my dad standing outside the bathroom. Like he let me watch this movie. We were in Atlanta at the time, and I Spit on Your Grave. And again, I was probably like 9 or 10, and I Spit on Your Grave. This woman moves into town. She gets raped by like 3 or 4 dudes. And then she goes on a killing spree where she has revenge on all of them. And there's one scene where she seduces one of the guys that raped her back to her place. They're in the tub together, and she takes a knife out from underneath this rug next to the tub, and she slices them up in the nuts and stuffs them in the basement. He let this like 9 or 10-year-old kid watch that, and I was scared shitless for like weeks. I thought like some woman was gonna bust in the bathroom and slice my nuts open, like. And it happened twice. And that's never been the same. Jose says, true, we can always do better. That's where I think we can agree. That's where we find the middle ground. Randa, but it's no excuse. We can do better. There's value in exaggeration, but we can be responsible about it. Yeah. You know what? Hell, you know what? What if, and the way technology is now, maybe one day we create movies like this, and like, here's the adult version, here's the kid version. For everybody who wants to like rub one out, you can pay for the version on Pornhub. And the version for kids, this is it. How you verify that, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Anthony says, I agree with you on being better. Don't get me wrong. I think it's only because they changed her up like they did Sonic is the only reason we have the topic. Yeah, Sonic was just horrible design. And I think, so that you bring up a great topic. We should be able to have a conversation regarding, is the design good? Is it true to the character? And then say, okay, well, are the character traits positive to begin with? And like, I'll admit, there's some things about the new Lola design that I don't like. You know, I don't like the way her cheeks are, and it might just be because of the angle. Like, I feel like she's in the picture, and this might just be because this is just the promotional image, and again, this is a static image versus something in motion. I get that they're trying to make her look kind of like cocky and like, yo, what's up? But she almost looks drunk here instead. Especially with like the slight shadowing like of her cheeks there. It's almost like she's got drunk cheeks. That I have, so I have like a problem with with some of the facial design, but again, it could just be because of the angle and it's static versus in motion. In terms of the actual gear, I think it's fine, especially like, let me see, do they have an image of like the full promo? Space Scam 2 promo. Like, is everybody wearing that? Space Jam, I call it Space Camp. Trying to find, if I find the image, I'll show you guys. I mean, I see what LeBron's wearing, and it's in line with that. Ah, no, I don't. Ah. Hold on. We'll find it. We'll find it. Here's what LeBron's wearing. So in regards to that, I really can't be mad at it. I mean, it looks like it's the same deal. Yeah, I've got to see it in motion. The only problem I really have with it is like her face. I wish they designed her face a little bit differently. I liked her having the additional tuft in her hair in the original. Like she almost had like a double tuft, so it was kind of a little bit more like bangs. Versus now, it feels like she's almost got like a faux hawk type deal going on. Um, but again, it being static versus being in motion, it's hard. I can't really give a good opinion because I'm not basing it off really what it's gonna be. Dominic, again, perspective. Weed seems to be much easier to get today than probably we were kids. However, this is just guess on my part. That's a good question too. Like, is weed more acceptable now? Maybe it is, because it is more readily like now the laws are legalizing it, so maybe it'd be less of an issue now than back then. I don't know. Curtis says Saturday morning cartoons went away about 10 years ago. Well, that answers my question. Denny says Ryan Thompson Scooby is on HBO Max and it's fun. It has some adult humor, but it will go over kids' heads. Nothing goes over my head. I'm too fast. Miranda says nope. Saturday morning is news and STEM shows geared towards. Oh, that's really cool. They do STEM shows now for Saturday morning. That makes a lot of sense. That's a good. Oh, I like that. That sounds promising. Simpsons is on Disney Plus right next to Moana, Hercules. It's all very jaded these days. Yeah, what? So we know there's a new Looney Tunes. There's got to be other kids' cartoons out. But is everything now probably on streaming services? In terms of, I saw that last Airbenders coming back, which god damn, I love that show. When the original Nickelodeon guys are behind it, that was a show that handled some really adult topics very well. Anthony says, "Dang, I just asked my daughter, who is 6, which one is prettier. She said Lola on left is prettier, and the one on the right is not." But you know what? Because of her eyes, she said. Like the left, the very left one, like the real one or the fake one. I would say like, yeah, the eyes on this one, they feel droopy and drunk versus, I know they're trying to go for cocky. Where this is more, you've got, okay, from a design standpoint on this one, obviously the figure is much more hypersexual and kind of what our traditional ideas are of like a sexualized female. But also Her eyes are much bigger and welcoming, especially when you consider like cartoon characters and things of that nature. So I think that definitely helps. She's actually smiling, versus doing this kind of type deal. Dominique, HBO Max has the Wayans brothers. The Wayans brothers or the Wayans brothers? We're happy and we're done because we're colored. Da, 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 da. I want a high five or something like that. Dominique, no, she isn't the only one. Yeah, I would say, in terms of traditional values of, what is pretty, or I should say, of what I'm typically attracted to, I would be more attracted to this one. I ain't gonna lie. But she's made to be that. She's made to, not necessarily that she is, but she is made to fall in line on what society and media has deemed to be more attractive and what we've come to accept as such. And that, in essence, is part of the problem, because then if that were to be the actual Lola Bunny that was on this big multi-million-dollar movie that was being pushed to children, we're then pushing to kids that this is what you need to be attractive. Now, again, if there were other female characters that had different body types that were also seen as powerful and attractive and whatnot, then it wouldn't be the same type of scenario. But if it was the only one, then again, the conversation becomes different. Jose says, is Lola in the new Looney Tunes shorts? Crazy Lola was from the Looney Tunes show, which was more of a sitcom than anything else. When you say new Looney Tunes shorts, do you mean the new Looney Tunes from Looney Tunes show? She's definitely in the new Looney. Oh, okay. I think that is what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know if she's in like the thing from the show. I doubt it. I think in the show she's in whatever her show costume is. Is it like purple or something like that? Let's see. Lola Bunny Looney Tunes show. Looks like she's got a few different costumes in Looney Tunes show. Yeah, I see her in like a purple outfit. Sometimes I see her in like a blue dress, a purple dress. Looks like but predominantly looks like she's in this purple dress. Bring it up. Jose, Daffy's girlfriend in the Looney Tunes show was a better character. Maybe she'll be in Space Jam. Oh, they got Daffy's. See, so that's good. So there's multiple female characters, so they can kind of the weight doesn't have to fall on one character. That's good. Jose says Daffy's okay. Fred. Dominique, they let you watch that? Damn, that sounds like too much for me. Yeah, that movie wrecked me for a long time. A long time. Not only that, we were in like a strange place because we only lived in Atlanta for like maybe 3 months. Like I was wrecked for a while. It's Anne. Anne says, just give my girl her eyeshadow and lashes back and I'll be happy. Right? No, I don't. Lashes would help. Lashes would definitely help. I feel like this static graphic doesn't do it justice. I really wish I had the image of the whatever the full poster is. Space Jam 2 poster. If somebody can find the image of like the full poster, maybe LeBron James has it on his Twitter account. Go to Space Jam's Twitter account. Let's see. Is it on here? Yeah, there's the new outfit everybody's rocking. Okay, there's Lola there. I feel like Lola looks better here than she does in that promo. Yeah, it's because this is a bad 2D image of a 3D thing. That's why. Again, dealing with the facts makes the conversation different. So here's the 2D. They're using that same stupid look. But here's Lola. Like, that looks so much better. That looks so much better. Oh God, see, we're arguing over nothing. Absolutely nothing. What are you? 6 foot nothing. Anthony says, I have to get going, but yes, I agree about the change needs to be made to do better. Thanks for dropping in, Anthony. I really appreciate your opinions and you actually jumping in this conversation and being so open and willing to discuss them. Like, it really helps us all move forward. Anne says, her face is wonky as fuck. This isn't the best shot to debut her with. Matt says, hell yeah, ass. Anthony, design made her look like a Karen. Dominique, I'm sure there are kids shows. I just don't have cable to back that up. Stream everything. Yeah, I'm on streaming live because I don't have any kids, so I know about. Denny, Saturday morning cartoons are still on Disney Channel with Owl House and Big City Greens and Mickey Mouse shorts. Mickey Mouse wears shorts with dick holes in them. Dominique says yes, that one with the jingle you just Wayans Brothers. Philip says, wasn't she the only one who knew how to play? Basically, her and MJ could ran the whole thing. Not true, Philip. Bill Murray. Bill Murray knows how to ball. But yeah, she was the only one with skills. Jose says, no. I meant shorts as in the short cartoons. Not oh, okay. Thank you. My bad. Shorts. The shorts are what was advertised as the new Looney Tunes on HBO Max. Got it. Jose was talking about the Looney Tunes shorts as in like it's a short. Like a small segmented bit of media. I misinterpreted that. Sorry. I'm dumb. Dominique says, in the Looney Tunes show, there are also humans too, so it's not just their world. And says, y'all know she was going to have her hotness moments in the booth. Yeah, she's still going to have her hotness moment, I'm sure. But we'll see if they balance it out with anything else. I'm sure there'll be additional female characters or something else, or it won't be pushed to the same degree that it was back then. No, the real reason why they gave her that armband? Because they're gonna sell the shit out of armbands. That's why they gave it to her. They're gonna have Toon Squad armbands that your kids are gonna buy when they go play basketball. Just wait for her to be your boss. Dominic says it's the same show. They air Cartoon Network stuff on HBO Max. Yeah, so look at that. We all got upset. This isn't even what they showed us. Isn't even what she looks like. Everything is a facade. Everything's a facade. We got played again. Got played. So don't play yourself. Where my boys at? From the front to back. Now are you feeling that? Put 2 hands up and repeat that. I think. I don't know if that's how the song. I can't remember.
Ding, 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 ding. I quit.
See, Philip, my whole life is a lie, right? Dominique, I'm telling you, Beethoven, I don't even get what the deal is. Yeah, honestly, I think this is a bigger topic than it needed to be. But I think the bigger takeaway from it is that we're too easily manipulated, that people are stupid, and that we need to be less polarized and be able to talk. Because I think we all agree that we want to do better and be better. People need to choose to be unbothered. Beethoven, are people mad about a slight redesign? People are mad because they were manipulated into being mad. Not everybody, but as a masses, it's very easy to incite anger and manipulate emotions. That's kind of, and this is a prime example, I think, of how easy it is to do that over something that is of so little value to most of us in our day-to-day lives. That, as we looked at earlier today, Lola already went through a redesign years ago, and there wasn't this kind of like emotional attachment to it. But somebody was smart enough to know how to emotionally manipulate the masses. If I put this image that isn't the truth up and create a much bigger division between what your brain believes was the past versus what's going to be the future, I can trigger an emotional response out of a lot of people really quick. That's what really happened here. Dominic, they are mad at nothing really. An idea was planted in their mind that wasn't really true. Exactly. Curtis, so basically that artwork of Lola Bunny was someone who just wanted to be a troll then. Now, so the artwork wasn't a troll. The artwork that was made, who knows why they made it. Maybe they just like Lola Bunny. But the combination of putting the two pieces together was a troll. Jose says, people think all changes these days are due to cancel culture when it's companies actually learning and trying to do better. Exactly. Exactly. But now we're in such a place where cancel culture is prevalent and the opposition to cancel culture is so prevalent. So it's so easy to trigger either side. We're all being played against each other.
Dad, I don't like people playing on my phone.
Dominique, I'm not sure if the actual artist put this up or someone took it. So yeah, someone else took it and put it up. We're a bunch of damn sheep. We lost. We lost, people. Game.
Blouses.
We're a bunch of damn. Even got us tonight. We were supposed to finish printing out my Nintendo stuff, and we got stuck talking about damn Lola Bunny for over an hour. Dominique, yeah, really a manipulative device that you have to pay attention to. Yeah, and this happens all the time. This happens all the time. So, and this is what we were talking about earlier, where we have all this technology now that gives us so much power, but we don't have the wisdom to accompany that new power. We don't know how to interact and digest things that come from this technology. We react so quickly to things, and we act in accordance with how people are just manipulating us to act. That we war with each other all the time, unnecessarily so. Jose says, same thing, Potato Head and Dr. Seuss. Yeah, complete overreactions. We're getting played on it. You know why we're getting played on it? Because people get a bunch of clicks. They get views. People get social currency. They like, there's that bit of satisfaction that we all have from like, oh man, look how many people liked my post or my picture or this or that. Like all those things are different types of currency. Imagine if you posted this, if this was a BuzzFeed thing, which it may have been, how many clicks they have come through on their site? Cash for ads, suckers. Dominique, all the time with different topics and movements. Again, if this whole thing had been framed differently, it would not have been such an explosive conversation, and it wouldn't have been as viral. But now it's more important for something to become viral than it is for it to actually have value. That's unfortunately where we are. It was presented as, hey everybody, let's actually no, even get rid of this crap, because this is a stupid, crappy image that they put out. So shame on them for even putting that out in the first place. This should have been what they put out. It should have actually here. Oh, let's go. I'll make the damn thing right now. Hold on. This is what we should have seen. We should have seen. Real quick. We should have seen this. Well, I'm trying to get this together so we can start dealing with reality. This isn't the best comparison. Get the idea. I want to chop our hand off. Do it like that. Then I'll do it like that. And let's just add black bars to make it. Control J, duplicate layer, boom. Control T to transform, drag this down, bam. This is what you should have seen. Dominic, all the time with tools, topics, Jose, we really need to screen this crap. Like that article that was mad Chun-Li. Was it more? Yes, that article. Okay, I don't believe that was a true article. I think that was made to get us. Oh, ha ha ha! Update. I found out that Chun-Li wasn't in Mortal Kombat. Like, you know that article, that there was no way that got screened and went through. That was completely made to troll and get clicks. We all got, like, it's fine when it's funny, haha. But they need to kind of admit they're in on the joke. Most of the times, it's not made to be a joke. It's just made to be viral and get clicks. But if I would have saw this, I think if most people would have saw this instead of like, hey, this is the new Lola Bunny. There's the old and the new. I think we would have been less pissed off or emotional. Emotional is probably a better way of putting it about it. Less triggered. Even the way that original thing was kind of positioned wasn't to try to emotionally trigger you to make something viral. But I'm like, hey, this is the old Lola Bunny and this is the new. I think a lot of us were like, oh, dope. Looks cool. I think she looks cool there. I look at that and I go, oh wow, they made her 3D and shit, and she actually looks like a fun, cool Looney Tunes character. Put that other stuff up, I'm like, nah, dog. Get that shit out of here. Now, okay, so again, this is reality. Now I want you to look at what they put out there. This is what we reacted to. Reality, what we were sold. Like, damn, we're dumb. I know, Tobago. I agree. It's a damn shame. It's a low down dirty shame. That's how the Wayans were. I know, Tobago. I know. Oh, he said, Tobago. I honestly don't even remember that movie. I just remember the soundtrack being awesome. Or parts of it. I don't remember the whole soundtrack. I just remember saying. Oh man. Well, I was supposed to finish printing out these Nintendo things, but we got. Dominique says, "Wish it was free, then I would have watched it for Black Cinema." There was something I thought you should have watched for Black Cinema, and I'm surprised you didn't. I'm trying to think what it was. I don't freaking know. You should keep it going though. I'm surprised you didn't do it with Adam for like one of the movie things, like a group movie watch deal online. Can I spoil WandaVision now? Has it been long enough? 10-yard fight. That game was. That has Mario in it. I need Nintendo games that have Mario in it so I can print them out. What? Did 10-yard fight have Mario in it? Dominique, I don't watch it. Don't watch what? Oh, WandaVision. It's really good. I would highly recommend. In Nintendo games with Nintendo Entertainment. Why are you putting this out? I'm just making like this montage thing. I like making something. And I wanted to make it to where it was modular. So I could put the different. I want to have a whole bunch of 20 by 30s of just Nintendo game covers. But I'm making them as 4 by 6s because 4 by 6s fit perfectly within a 20 by 30. So then I can have multiple 20 by 30s with different games and kind of like move them around or make it portable or whatever. If I want to set it up somewhere else as like part of a gallery, or if I wanted to set it up as an event, or I just want to move it around place, I can do that. The list of video games featuring. What do we got here? I guess I should link this way so y'all can. Oh, Donkey Kong. Okay. Okay, let me get all the Donkey Kong games. 10-yard fight in here. Nope. What about golf? Okay. So let me get the Donkey Kong game out. Wow. Automate. Batch. Size to 46. Box start action. Okay. All of them. Don't have to manually do it. Robot's gonna take over. How have you been, Ryan? I'm alright. Doing alright. Just drinking this whole thing. Doing okay. Just. No, but I'm doing okay. For asking. Curses, how about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game cover? We're used to doing straight Mario game covers. Tonight, I just want to focus on getting games that have an appearance by Mario. I want one of these things to be just Mario centric. So, okay, golf. Get that one. I also need to copy these over. I want to make sure I have a copy of this in case I ever need it again. Golf. Oh, there's a bunch of. There we go. That's the one I want. Oh, NES Open. else? Tennis. All right. Do like this. We all can see it better. That one's got Mario in it. Hockey Brothers. I Am Teacher. I have that one. Oh, Punch Out. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Mario was the ref in Punch Out. Mario 2 got that one. Baseball. That's on the Game Boy though. Mario is in Tetris? Gotta be that one. Engine. Yeah, that was a licensed Nintendo game. Yoshi. Oh, there was a Yoshi game on Nintendo. After my time. Yoshi's Cookie. Other Nintendo games have Mario in it. 8-bit Nintendo games got Mario. Punch on the Game Boy. That's for damn sure. NBA Street Volume 3? Oh, on the GameCube. That makes sense. And this might be all of them. I hope I have enough. Batch. How are you doing, Dominique? Things going all right with you? Versus Yoshi's Cookie, my favorite puzzle game. Printer is low on ink already. This is printer. God. All right. Hopefully, there's enough magenta left to get through these. All right. So we got these. Oh crap! I don't think I've got enough Mario games to fill up a whole set. Dominic, dang, you got 23 clients now? Hell yeah! Better buy the next Gam shirt. Shit. Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations. That's wonderful. I'm working on this, learning as much as I can about cryptocurrency and NFT. Let me log into Decentraland. Dominic, streaming has been fun to do. Yeah, how's the streaming stuff going? I didn't get to catch your last one. I regret not buying that just to make your ass drive out here. I'd have made Corey drop it off. The oh, we're in this. Get out of this. There we go. I changed the view on here. Zoom shape. Look at the art. There's usually music for this, I feel. Sound on, alright, great. I know there's music for this. Is my sound not on or something? I feel like the sound has been. Oh wait, there we go. It's muted. There we go. Dominique, it's fun. Corey's been a really huge support on the stream. Corey's pretty awesome, as much as I hate his guts. I'm one stream away from finishing, and then I'm going to shift to some mental health topics. Oh, that'll be nice. Get 50 clients. The future of GAM right here. Yes. Holy shit. This sold for over $10,000. We'll do this on another stream. I'll come back and give you guys a tour through Central Land. Block runner? No. Sure, let's go. Oh, this was a casino. Where is everybody? What's up, Angel Martinez? How you doing? How do I get in the casino? Guys out. Belly Rub Master 559. The hell, I just walked right through a door. Oh, this is what I want to do with GAM. Oh, man. Alright, I gotta figure out how to do this. Where am I going? Still going up? What the hell? Am I gonna die? How far? There's a jet up here. Get on this. Oh crap, no I don't. Alright, here I go! Okay. Dominique, I'd like to do a guided meditation while I'm playing a game and play a couple of games of mental health significant. I'm actually reading a book about the connections to mental health and gaming. Play Leisure Suit Larry. Alright, let's see. Do I have enough? What games qualify as that? Do any games have like a stronger mental health connection or guidance? Okay, this is not coming out right. Am I doing it? I need to. Crap. I feel like I'm playing you. Trap cards. Eight more games with Mario in it. Feel bored of nothing but. I feel like he would have been in more Nintendo games. I've got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 appearances. Quite a few. We'll name some of them. Donkey Kong, got that one. Donkey Kong Jr. got that. Donkey Kong 2, got that. Tennis, got that. Pinball, I don't have that one. If I can find. That's definitely good. Well, I don't know hardly any of these games. Oh, Celeste, I have that one. Hellblade. Oh, I've heard lots of good things about it. I'm thinking. Sea of Solitude. Is that on Xbox Gamer Pass? Golf, got that one. Wrecking Crew. Okay. Punch Out Gold version. I'll take it. I need everything I can get. Need some music. I feel like this is throwing me off, having absolute silence going in the background. And then music. Let me know when you're gonna do those other streams with the mental health stuff. I'd be interested in seeing some of that. Just do it to spite Corey, so we can do some more episodes of his podcast. Out. Is there another golf game that I could get on here? I already have. Wait, I think I have that. Yeah, I do. Dang it. Got that. Yoshi's Cookie, got that. Mario is missing, I got that. Dang it. That's all of them. I know I'm low on printer ink. Just do it. Shoot the J. Shoot it. I need 5 more games with Mario in it for the Nintendo. They don't exist. Maybe I can just repeat 5 Mario games. Do Donkey Kong, Mario, Mario Brothers, Yoshi. Try to see if I can break it up by franchises. Golf. I guess that represents the sports games on Nintendo. Maybe Dr. Mario represents puzzle games or something like that. Curtis, I thought Mario was never in Tetris. It says he was in Tetris. Mario and Tetris. Oh, dang, that ninja guy is every time. I'd like to find an example of Mario in Tetris. Anne says, I'm glad you're working on it again. Me too. I was planning on starting to do some actual drawing stuff. This is kind of like my warm-up, I guess. Brain kind of going in the right direction. There we go, there's Mario and Tetris. We got Kid Icarus, Donkey Kong, Luigi, this Peach, and Bowser. Right. I need 5 more. About to run out of ink. Another Venta cartridge on me to make this. And I feel that like planning too much ruins it. Just gotta let the creativity flow and get back into the groove. Yeah, I was just gonna like play some music and work on it. For this kind of project, I feel like I need to plan some of it, but then when I get actually creating, I feel like this is kind of like a design project more than an art project. Once I get through this one, I want to do some pixel styled, kind of like 16-bit style characters. I got some stuff listed on NFT sites, or none of it'll sell. Sorry, I'm replacing this. Yeah, that ink cartridge is empty. I don't know if y'all can see it. There's nothing left in it. The clear side is where all the ink actually is, or was. Alright, so let me get 5 repeats. I wonder, there's 6 Mega Man games, I think, on Nintendo. So, okay, we're gonna get... and Super Mario Brothers. Yoshi's... or just the Yoshi game. No. Donkey Kong, that's 2. Dr. Mario. I can find it. Where are you, Dr. Mario? There you go. Golf. And I feel like the Mario 3 cover is so iconic. Okay, I'm putting that one in. These printouts. One. Supposed to do an NBA 2K tournament. I'm trying to get all the rules together. Then we have to buy a copy of the game to run the tournament. I'm not a big NBA 2K guy. I did get NBA Jam working on Parsec though. Talk about that tomorrow. Dominique, I don't play any sports games. I'm not a big sports game player either. But I do love me some hot shots. That's why I feel like NBA Jam would be a good one, at least for our community. But I think the people at UNF want something traditional sports centric. Plus, there's no NBA Jam for like current gen or next gen. Fortunately. PlayStation. This what? Oh dang it! Does it work like? You have to chop them. Maybe once they're all pressed. Okay, yeah.
Everybody's go.
Yeah, alright, good. The math worked out. I'm going to space these out a little differently. I mean, I'll reposition them. Once they're done, I'll have this montage piece of Nintendo game. I'll have to put like a lacquer or something on it. And I'll put it up on the wall. I'm gonna do one like side scrolling. Well, I'll do one that has like Contra, Mega Man, and Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Turtles, all that stuff. Eventually I'll have like 4 or 5 of them. Dommy, do you have a day for the tournament? I think it's March 19th. Yeah, it'll be March 19th. Yeah, y'all should definitely play it if you have. It could be NBA 2K21. I think it'll be one of the. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of participants in it, to be honest. First, NBA Jam or NFL Blitz would be nice if they make another one. Yeah, neither one of those games are on. I know NBA Jam isn't on PS4. Dominic, isn't March significant with the sport? Yeah, it's with basketball. It's just that unfortunately they've done such a crappy job. So right now, with all the new sports games coming out, they're not cross-gen and they're not cross-platform. So if you have like the PS4 version of NBA 2K21, you have the PS5 version, you can't play together. If you have the PS5 and you play the PS4 version of NBA 21, then you all can play together. Either way, you can't play with the Xbox people. You can't play with the Steam people. So it's like so stupid and fractured. Gimme mode.
Time to play. Let's go.
Yeah, it's March Madness. I went to everybody's golf tournament, but I don't think anybody else even has this plays this game. Oh, that was bad. I'm just gonna play this with Sean tomorrow. Get everybody else.
Hole 1. It's par 4.
Nobody. No, no, no. Oh, dang! I actually got to keep up with him. Oh. Was not good.
A new record.
There, okay, I can look at 138. What am I? 136 remaining. Keep win.
All right. Nice shot. Oh, lovely.
Naomi, go to sleep and get a job. You're gonna be up this late. It's not gonna get any taller if you keep staying up late.
Give it your best. Downhill. A break to the right.
Thanks for the advice.
For the birdie.
Crap. Okay, it's sloping to the right. Comes up a little bit. Where is it? 24 feet. I can putt 30. Ah! Ah! Fuck!
Careful. Don't panic. Relax.
Okay, should I not hit this hard? 2 feet remaining.
It's hard.
Yeah. Versus, this is kind of like the new. I'm in second, so in your face, little girl. You don't know nothing about the world, about everybody's golf.
It's a par 4.
I'm gonna block all these people. I'm gonna block this old lady. Can I taunt or anything? I can dash. No taunts. Oh, dang it. Look at that. Look at that nice shot. In your face, Naomi. What's up, Brenda? How you doing? Glad you're not going to the lemon party. 103 yards. What am I using then? Okay, select my club. Oh, that's fun. Got 281 yards to go. No, that's not right. Is it? Okay, 100 yards left. I can do 103. Can I get in closer to this camera? Let's see the slope. I'll go to the right a little bit. I feel like there's a slope there.
Yeah. So good. Nice shot. All right.
Oh, so close!
Could make a birdie.
Curtis says slightly tap it. There you go.
Sloping up.
Doing the bull dance.
A break
Right
to
in
the
the
left.
bull. Break to the left. That mean I should aim to the right if it breaks to the left? I don't know what this shit means. I don't know golf terms. Okay, 10.7 feet, 15, so I should do that with what, 75%? Let's have 50% of 15 would be 7. Ah! In your face, Naomi! You're nothing, little girl! You're nothing!
Westman, you made my day.
Kagi Shigi.
Hole 3. It's a par 5.
There we go. There we go.
Well done. Come on.
I'm running with everybody now.
Record breaker.
Something to watch out for. Ooh, I don't want to get too far and get into the water. I'll aim a little bit further back. That might have been too much. Crap. Oh, can I spin the ball backward? No, 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 don't go into the hazard. Okay, good. .44, 146. So I got slope. I wish I could zoom in to see. Okay, I can't control. Power, control, backspin, back door. Never get the back door. Oh, I can use the directional pad. Oh, damn, that's too far. Oh, no, roll back, roll back.
Good work. Birdie chance here. Uphill maybe? That breaks left.
The hell does backdoor mean? No. 30 feet. What? 19 feet remaining. 19.8, so it's really 20. So 100%. 30. Point 3, so if I do 63 cents, maybe? Ah!
Oh. Careful. You can do this.
Wow, moron. Good for Happy Gilmore. Oh my God!
Fuck it. Oh, dang it. I missed that.
Found your flow.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Yeah, in your face, Kagashigi. In your face.
Hole 4. It's a par 4.
That wind is blowing. I'm gonna push it this way.
Amazing.
Thanks, Yika.
A new record. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna roll downhill too, and the wind's gonna carry it that way. Don't get in that stand trap. A little off.
Beautiful.
There's no way I'm hitting that. Percent. It should curve back in just a little bit, rolling down.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
Good aim. Careful. It's all right. Relax. That breaks left.
crap. I didn't position.
That's right. Nice.
Gotta keep that lead.
Hole 5. It's a par 5.
Wind is blowing back at me this way.
All right. Beautiful. Nice shot.
Can I cut it? Ooh, that's a dangerous cut across though if I go for that. Oh wait, can I go? Are there two courses here? They're all going the safe way. I'm gonna get caught in the trees if I... Okay, that's gotta be another course or something. Alright, I'm gonna go dangerous. Try to get this. Helping me out here.
Beautiful. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Oh! Damn you!
Well, moron, good for Happy Gilmore. Oh my God!
I don't even care anymore.
Nice shot.
Fantastic.
Level up.
Can I hit somebody with the ball? 3 yards. That's good. No idea what the elevation is like, that's all.
Beautiful. Cool. Looks great. Woohoo! Downhill? A break to the left?
Double sword. Well, iron using Iron Man. I don't know anything about golf. Alright, yeah, good night, y'all. I'm not happy with that. That means it's time to go to bed. I'm tied with King of Wakana. Or the Queen of Wakana.
Hole 6. It's a par 4.
One more, then I'm going to bed.
Cool.
Get the fuck out of my way, other golfers.
Record breaker. You look stronger already.
Montasia time. I want to hit that person so bad. Hey! That's my daughter. What's going on, Lee? Power hit! Ooh, that was perfect.
Nice shot.
Your fucking face, Toki. Go back to retirement home. So tired of you talking all that shit. Crap, I didn't mean to do that. No, no, no! Oh! I wanted to redo it. Ah.
No.
I was hoping by not clicking it would let me not go. I wanted to look and see where the frickin'. Ah, Jesus. 84.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice shot.
Man, I could have made that one already. Curtis, everybody is doing bad in your group.
A break to the left.
They're just trying to make me feel better.
Great work.
Get a bogey for get a birdie for your daughter. I tried. I fucked up. No, Wakana's beating me. All she does is talk shit.
47.
Saw her
It's a
posting
par 3.
all that shit talk on her live journal last. All right. Is that the actual? Why? Okay, this doesn't make sense. Why did they all go short? Just that. Where the hell? Y'all are confusing me. Why did y'all do that? Alright, I'm gonna not go full power. Ooh, that's a lot of... Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez, no!
Yes.
4 feet. 4 feet. There's like hardly any slope. A little bit. 100 feet would hit me 30 yards. 100% would do 30 yards. So 10% would be 3 yards. And a little bit more than 10%. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Dang it, that's too much. Shit. Fuck.
Nice approach.
No, it isn't. That was so bad.
Great work.
Another bogey. Wakana still beating me? Oh. Barely beating Wakana.
Hole 8. It's a par 4.
We're gonna go this way so these aren't blocking it.
Great shot. Nice shot. It's great. It's good to me.
Ooh, no, stop rolling over there.
A new record.
And the tree's in the way, dang it. Okay. How do I do a hook shot? If I hit the right side, does that spin it to the left? Thanks for the sex, alright. That's not 4 feet. If we are looking at your avatar as a reference, point of measure. The average person's like 5'8". We're closer to 6'7". Thank you for the breakdown. I still fucked it up. Alright, we're gonna learn how to spin the ball. I'm gonna try. If I push the left side. Oh, fuck it. I want to push right. Yeah, right does hook it to the left. That's good. Stop going! Stop going!
And it's on. Could make a birdie. Downhill.
Oh, God! Oh.
Careful.
Relax.
Shut up! Who's...
A break to the left. That's par. That's par.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
I'm only barely beating Okada.
The finale. Good night. It's a par 3.
I'll distract Okada. Alright, so I don't want to go too hard on this. That might have been too much.
Cool. Oh no.
Oh, you fucking serious?
Give it a good shunt.
I should have. Alright, I'm gonna lose 40 to 60% of the power of my hit on this. I'm only gonna hit 40 to 60%. Alright, keep going.
Good save. Just relax.
Oh, that's gonna beat me.
You got this.
Uphill maybe? A break to the left?
Look to the right. To the left.
Oh.
Oh God! I hate golf!
Great work.
Shut up, Wakana. I know you. If I hadn't clicked the wrong button earlier in the game, Wakana, your ass would have been mine. I got one glove on like I'm OJ. What's up with that? I like the RPG elements that they added to it. The level up.
Nice. All right.
Kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Great work. Well done. You did great.
Well played.
It was okay, except I fucked up, and then Wakana beat me. You saw it happen.
Great.
Why am I doing pelvic thrust dances? Do I need to take a shit? Is that why I'm moving like
And
that?
also, happy golfing.
Thank you. I wanted those booty shorts pretty bad.
Yeah.
Are there like actual people in here that I can interact with or something? Good. Why am I grind dancing on you? He's sprinting. A little bit. It's a little bit of harassment. I feel like there needs to be other people in here. I can jump too? Whoa! Like a basketball game now. So it's Tony Hawk. Grinding, hold on. Solo stroke play. I already did that this morning. That's how old suburban people stand. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Do I need to like beat this is coming first before I can go to the next tournament? Is that what the deal is?
Welcome.
How much money do I have? I have 80 coins and this stuff is 3,000? You gotta be kidding me. Do they have it? Oh, of course I can buy stuff through the PlayStation Store. Nah, dog, I ain't going out like that. I will golf my way to the top. I'm Camblin Asian, just like Tiger Woods. Dum dum dum. There's a Hootie and the Blowfish song. There's a Hootie and the Blowfish song. Only wanna be with you. Okay. That's cool. So you can actually play with people online and shit. Turf War. Very interesting. Alright, that's it for me tonight. We'll get some further with this art project tomorrow. And we'll probably play some of that Ninja Turtles game. Rescue Palooza. Be original, do good. Lola Bunny. Make her better. We'll get outraged. Bye.